I know you grew up on Mario. I know. Look to the right of his hand, right? I know you grew up on Mario, right? Right of his hand, shoulder, go to the right of his shoulder. See, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I know you grew up on Mario. I grew up on Mario also. Grew up playing Mario games, right? But I think it's time you see Mario for what Mario is, right? Are you really ready? We'll go to the Wanderer's head. See a pair of legs. Do you see those pair of legs with eyes? Yep, there you go. Right by his head, there's going to be another pair of eyes, but you know what? You want to look at the pair of the legs, right? Also, guess what you want to look at? You want to look at your horse, look at the ears, just have some questions about the ears. Look at your horse, look at the legs. We got to search for default also, but that's the kind of thing we have to go and do that. But you know what? But why? You see on Wanderer's head, the but why? Do you see that? Okay. That is, by the hair, 1, 2, 3, and you'll be down there. Ooh, bad but silver. I mean, if you're going to see a bad aspirin, if you're going to curse and say, the pussy, there's going to be some pussy too, right? You know what I mean? Right? Okay, so, but, and all this crazy stuff, you know what my favorite one is? There's a lot of my favorite ones in this, but you know what? Actually, hey, why don't we just look down where we should not look at Wanderer's, butt. Let's try not, let's look down there, his crotch area. And let's see an A, right? Looks pretty crazy looking, right? Well, that's the whole idea of looking for scary stuff. So we're just looking for scary stuff. It's going to be around the crotch area. But you know what? Let me tell you something that I like about this too. Do you know what I like about this scary game? Is that I go up. Of course, I'm going to get an X, right? Because I already went down, right? But what I like about this scary, and this game just likes to be scary, and that's what this game likes to do. It likes to be scary. Still at the crotch area, you could see what? You could see a wishbone ray, right? Yeah, I wish I could, see, that's what I'm saying. That's fantasy. See what I'm saying? Yeah, that. But, there's something else I want to talk to you about, because there's a lot of things I could talk to you about, right? But, another thing I want to talk to you, about, is do you remember her shoes? You remember X's shoes, right? You're looking at Wanderer's heel, right? Okay, so you remember X's shoes, right? You remember the spikes, right? Okay. But we need to have black spikes for Wanderer. Why? Because Ray. Because, he's going to get stabbed in the head with, some black spikes. But that's what we need it for, okay? But we need to, how about we just go back to that arm, that crazy looking arm. We look down below and we see a mouth. Ooh, right? Down below his elbow. Maybe, the art of making a creepy video is telling people how creepy things really do get, right? Well, we're going to go to his left arm. Now it's time to go for a left arm, okay? All right. We're going to go to Yum Yum Fried Chicken. You know what I'm saying? Yum Yum Fried Chicken. Grand Theft Auto? But why, right? We're going to talk about Yum Yum Fried Chicken, okay? And the reason we're going to do that is we need a mouth that has a pair of legs in it, right? So Yum 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 Fried Chicken. You understand what I'm saying? Yum 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 Chicken. Grand Theft Auto, right? Yum Yum Chicken. Okay, right? We are on a search for certain things. We're also on a search not to try and forget the really creepy things. Now, if you were listening, paying attention, close to the hair, there was a pair of legs, right? We are trying to stay focused on remembering just the simple things, because the simple things are good to remember. you know, Floppy. Ooh, Floppy is really controversial. I like Floppy, by the way, but Floppy is so controversial. Let me show you where Floppy is. I do see Floppy. Floppy is just go to the hair, go to the legs, you gotta go down. And you go down, and there is Floppy. Gosh, Floppy. Floppy is the I think Floppy is one of the obstacles in human life. Abadell's pretty crazy too. I like Abadell. Abadell having the split idea, right? Yeah. But I know, I see. That's the thing I like to tell you about is melons, and right next to it is a pair of legs, and something looks like a shoe, and a head, side, hover. Yeah, I don't know which way you want to think of Sonic the Hedgehog and his shoes, but you know what? I like to think about hover, right? And, maybe I should remember X. I should. Why should I remember X next to a shoe? A pussy. Yeah. I think it's good to remember a pussy, Ray. Right? I think it's good to remember, any kind of sharp shoe that's going to come after me, right? But I think it's good to know that a vagina is making a side head shoe, right? And, I think that's a pretty decent detail. Oh, you guys like snakes, right? So we need to, have decent information, right? Because decent information is good, right? Gosh, a snake S. You see that? Snake S. Yeah, you want to know where the snake S is? Well, you go down below, there'll be like a snake S. Well, that's pretty crazy. That's just some crazy stuff. Yeah. You know what? I just wish there was a flea here too, right? I mean, it looks like there's pretty much a flea here. But hover again. Well, hover on, sitting. What did I tell you about Wanderer sitting? That's the thing I'm looking for is Wanderer sits. Right? I need to look for that. I wonder why, out of all things, I want to look for that. Yeah, pretty much, right? It's pretty good. It's pretty good to watch that. Gotta keep on remembering humans, right? Humans making the head to make an eye, right? Gotta remember demi-kids, right? Because if we remember demi-kids, we'll get to the human head. So if you want an easy way in this picture, that's a pretty easy way to do it. Oh, man, we got to get kicked in the head, too, because we got kicked in the head. But basically, we need to show you where Ray is, standing. But, how Ray can stand and kick somebody in the head. And then maybe Ray's foot making a mouth, right? We need a yin-yang. See what I'm saying? We need a yin-yang. But that's the crazy part. See what I'm saying? That's the crazy part. That's why we pay attention to such things. I mean, do you like the thing that looks like a butt? That's a pretty crazy one right there. Yeah, I find that one crazy. Hey, why don't we turn this over? Oh my gosh. You know what game you guys were playing? I remember what game you're playing because I was loving this game. I was telling people how much I love this game, but sometimes people don't listen, but I'm like, I'll tell you what, I love this game. I think this game, what was this game called? Pikmin 4? Yeah, that was a game. I really liked that game. Oh, wow. If we change over and we're going to look back at Wanderer's elbow and, we're going to see what we really need to see, right? Of course, it's going to be like a yin-yang thing, which I would rather look at, what's behind the door, behind her door. That's why it looks like a butt. But, I think that's a pretty good idea to do. Oh, hey, what up, Ray? Yeah, what's up, Ray? Ray, you want to be like some kind of vagina? I have no idea what you want to do. It looks like you want to be a vagina. That's what it looks like to me. But, I like the 1, 2, 3 that's on, when we get up to near the elbow and that. And I like how it's looking like a face, like the bright, there's black, white. So let's just do white for this because it's, people get really confused with colors. So we'll do 1, 2, 3, and that's the problem is people don't get. There's certain things that I love, and I just know what I love. Changed so many things about me. Hey, let's end it here too. Like, I mean, crossing the legs is pretty crazy. I wonder what the heck X is actually. Isn't that kind of scary? What the heck is X saying? Like, I mean, what would X be saying, right? I mean, side. Uh, you've seen her walk, right? Have you seen the way she walks, right? Yeah, side. Side's very scary. And I really like the world of sides. Of course, we got to have side next to a Mario 64 thing, you know. And then we be even creepy to you by singing, I see you by the door, you know, right? I see you by the door, right? Oh, look, we have a little far and wide dots, which is ridiculous, right? That's always ridiculous. Yeah, we got to have far and wide dots underneath the butt. They can go all the way up. Yeah, the 4 candles. Gosh, what's up with Elden Ring's 4 candles, right? I have no idea. It's pretty crazy. Of course I know what it is. But, you know, like, but why? But why? Oh my gosh, frown face, right? Woo, frown. I mean, what we should expect that if we're gonna get to a butt, right? A questionable butt too. Oh gosh, a frown of a questionable butt. That's quite the question right there too. That's quite an experience in humanity's life. There's our H. What's up, Mary? Yeah. It gets really creepy when I think like very exotic, and that's why I like thinking exotic. I mean, BP right next to a butt, you know, but why, right? But I know you guys are gonna love, you know what I'm saying? I know you're gonna love the Pikmin 4 thing because it's kind of creepy stuff. I'm looking for some pretty creepy stuff. You know, I mean, going out into the desert of Shadow of the Colossus, flamethrower, you know, that kind of stuff. Oh gosh, we need another, you know, the thing too is, with the H, I don't understand a yin yang H, you know what I mean, with Callie and Mary. That's a pretty crazy one, right? If you played Splatoon 2, it's pretty out there. It's pretty cool. Oh gosh, come on, pointy butt. Yeah, I don't know if we need pointy butt. Of course we do, Ray. Yeah, little tiny pointy butt. Okay, yeah, that's sure. Sure. Oh man. I know that the good videos be the good videos, right? Oh, what's that? 1, 2, 3. Yo, Ray, why is your leg just gonna be stepping on a face, man? What's gonna be doing that, man? You know, people like to suck feet, all that kind of stuff. But why? You know, right? It's like, why are you gonna do this, man? Why are you gonna do this? Cursed Flea trying to be an arm, too. I mean, there is one of my favorite TV shows to watch. And, you know, I'm thinking about just putting it in this video because why not? It's kind of funny just to, like, let people know about some things, right? Oh, what the heck is that? Oh my gosh, the butt Y. Well, let's use the butt Y concept and see what we get. Of course, we get something good. Okay, so we get a mouth and an eye because we're actually not stupid. See what I'm saying? We're not idiots. We follow a certain pattern and it's safe like that. And that's one of the best things to do. And it's a really good one because the eye goes into another mouth. And then we got a 3. We got a whole entire uni thing going on. So that's pretty crazy. That's pretty cool to do. Eating pretty good. You know what we need to do, though? I know, right? We're eating really good. What should we do? Shiver, why did they have to have that awesome Nintendo video of the music video, you know, where they're like standing next to each other? It's pretty crazy they're doing that right here. Is it to like make me look at a vagina? That's what it looks like. It looks like I'm looking at a vagina. But, after seeing so many holes, it gets really creepy and stuff. So it's like, so the butt Y, you're going to go down, and then you're going to go up to 1, 2. That's amazement. What, a vagina flap? That's pretty amazing. That's pretty crazy. What crazy ideas video game developers have, right? Yeah, so there's some pretty insane ideas, man. G is right next to it, so we got a side G, which is going to be crazy because we're going to actually be paying attention to that because it's a side. And it's still making somewhat of like a V kind of thing. So, of course, we're going to be paying attention to something like that. But it is a surprise. Out of all things I expected to find down here, I didn't expect the vagina flap to have kind of like a try thing going on, right? Try and get your legs up, And, yeah, I told you this stuff's going to get scary for me. It's just going to be, but that's just the thing I expect. It's very good video game secrets, and it's video game secrets I actually pay attention to. And, it's just that kind of good stuff. So I already know it's going to get pretty brutal. Now look at the 1, 2, 3 with no smile. Yeah, I guess the point, that one's really hard to see, but you can, remember, you have to have this camera flipped over. And I guess the reason it wants to be really hard to see is maybe it wants to be seen that. Let's see which way it wants to be seen. It probably wants to be seen like a face like that. I like that face. So it's probably doing this 1, 2 holes right next to Wanderer's hand. So we're back to the right legs that are being eaten. We're going to go to the right. There's a hole. But when we go down, it's going to be like a closed eye. And then we're going to go to the right. And then finally go down. You nasty little bugger. Little bugger is a mouth, 1, 2, 3. That looks pretty dang good. I don't know if we're going to get any better than that. It's really, I don't know. It's really a difficult one to get to. I mean, what you could do is you could do the argument of the 2 holes because both the holes are both BPs. For Ray legs, you could do that. That's fine. I mean, Yu-Gi-Oh! Zexal, very good. And we could talk about a lot about things with that. So that's pretty good. And, how are we going to get to the vagina flap? Well, I guess we're going to use Ray. And for some reason, Ray's going to stretch out that leg. As soon as it stretches out that leg, we're going to get to some BP. So how about BP being a vagina? Well, maybe... I know you guys love creepy stuff. Well, remember the last time I was looking at something, it was pink. Okay. And now I'm showing you a black hole vagina. There's a lot of ideas that go into a black hole vagina. We're going to have to, research that. That's a spiritual thing, believe it or not. That really is. That is a spiritual thing. And it's a very questionable thing in humanity. And there's just a reason why I pay attention to humanity, okay? That's the reason why I pay attention to humanity. Oh, there's a big surprise in this video. Yeah, and I'm definitely going to put that as the label to this video, right? Because there's always surprises, right? There is a stub arm, Lamia kind of thing up above, too, which I don't know what the heck this is supposed to be, but I do see the 3, which is making an M. Okay, so how about we just go with Consult M, because there's so much mystery, right? And that's where the vagina thing was. And X's vagina is pretty crazy. I like X's vagina because, BP is the whole pink stuff, right? The things you can do to a female, you know what I'm saying? Oh, look at the surprise face. Yeah, of course. Let's have a pair of legs with a surprise face. That's pretty good, Famito. That is very good. I like that. It's pretty decent. I really like the surprise faces, and I do like legs, so what am I going to do? I'm not going to argue at all. I'm just going to be like, what the heck? That's just awesome. Cheekbone. Okay, whatever. Cheekbone butt. That's ridiculous. Butthead. You know how Butthead was kind of a ridiculous thing because there's Beavis and Butthead, the cartoon. Bone, butt, yeah. Many creepy things do come into mind. I just always have this creepy idea of how fake porn is, because porn's pretty fake. and just like sick, disgusting things where people are having gay sex way too much, and instead they're just like, it's transgenders. Oh, look, the pair of legs being eaten. Of course it is, right? That's great. We want a yin yang eaten. We just want to see a bunch of eating. That's a pretty crazy thing. I mean, for Mario 64 fans, I wonder if they know that I'm doing something right now. Wink, wink. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Oh, this surprise. Some maybe the creatures don't want to be caught, eating legs or whatever. Maybe that's the thing. Yeah. Mew. Oh gosh, man, I know, right? Right in the feels, right? Mew. Hey, maybe we could pay attention to Sonic Superstars. Okay, let's do the 1, 2, 3. Oh yeah, okay, IGN. So I did the 1, 2, 3, and I think I did pretty good. You know what? There's even an ancient Mew Pokemon card we haven't even talked about, right? But I think it's pretty good, especially when you go to a movie experience, just to have a very good movie experience. I like Coco, and you know what? I also like the idea of, I don't know, maybe I like the idea of like how, with Mew had a certain color base, right? But instead of focusing on Mew, okay, because that would be easy to do, just to focus on Mew, maybe I like the idea of Mew just easily making a pair of legs, right? So that's a pretty cool thing to look at, right? Yeah, I'd say so. I'd say that's pretty good. All right. I think that's awesome. That's pretty awesome. Hey, maybe you can get a revision. Maybe a revision would be good for that brain of yours. But, many times I don't feel like people really know when they're going to get a revision of something that actually matters in life. Hey, I like surprise, though, too. I like confusing surprises, too. Believe it or not, I like challenges. You know what challenge I like? I like Mew's leg kind of thing. The bird, this... Well, it wants to be Sonic Superstars boobs. It wants to be the floppy boobs. But you know what I like about it? Because Mewtwo's crazy design, too, wouldn't you say so? Yeah, Mewtwo's pretty crazy design. But, I like to look for people, ray legs, near a stomach and a belly button, right? I mean, that's pretty crazy when we could look at the Ishtar. You want to look at the Ishtar? I don't know. Ishtar is next to the ray legs thing. But you know what we could look at? How about how people just, take their own fingers, because Elden Ring is about fingers, right? Take their own fingers and pinch a vagina vulva, right? So maybe that's something we need to tell you about. Okay, all right. Maybe is that good enough to tell you about? Maybe I should tell you about that. Okay, and then maybe we should do a skin connection, right? Because maybe there's an idea of why I'm trying to look for skin connection. Duh. Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, a pair of legs up there. Yeah, of course there is. A pair of legs just, right next to Coco. Okay, right. All right, sure. Man. Okay, well, the 3's coming in pretty good. Maybe we should look at the 3, right? How about we look at the 3? You want to look at the 3? I think that's a good idea. I think, an Ishtar 3 is pretty crazy. I think that's pretty insane. I think it's pretty insane how vaginas can look, especially if they're really tight on that dick, just really tight on that dick. But no. Instead of talking just about that, how about we go back to this thing that looks like a vagina flap, and then we look at it. It has a mouth, and it's all excited. And maybe, just maybe by the principles of law, they have to have viewer discretion, due to, that's pretty graphic content that, just people just go up and, grab the vagina like that. And there might be some crazy stories we'll be able to get from that, right? Pretty much. And, you know what? Hey, Ray. Why do you like pointing to Mario 64 stuff? Isn't that crazy? Yeah, why you like just to keep stepping on heads too? That's pretty good. Stomp, stomp, stomp. Stomp, stomp, stomp. You know what? I just know the beauty of this world, man. Let me try and show you something else too that I think is crazy. Wasn't it crazy today that I was showing you a video earlier and it looked like underwear? I wonder why, out of all things, me, like a person, would, be showing you underwear, the idea of underwear. Well, I'm trying to find you some shorts, right? Now, hold on. Let's do the V. Okay. But I'm trying to find you something that's special to you. See what I'm saying? That's the whole thing. I'm trying to find you something special. Well, you know what's crazy too is that I think when you get special moments, it will scare the crap out of you. Like's pretty crazy one that I see going on right here. But you know what? We're by this pair of legs. We should, maybe if we use our constructive thinking, another phlegm. I'm so sick and tired of phlegm. Zelda, oh my gosh, that's some pretty crazy stuff. I mean, Zelda's, try and have sex kind of thing. I have no idea what the heck that's about. That, of course I do. It's very creepy stuff that I'm trying to think and find. But, hold on a second. You want this pair of boobs and short legs? Because now, I don't know if you know what that means. But that means like dead legs, a pair of boobs. Maybe you guys want that. And maybe, just maybe, you need to see a pregnant lady sometime. Okay. But yeah. Okay. So why are we talking about that? Specifically that? Well, we got to still be on code 13 too. Also, we got to be thinking about code 13. And we got to think about the shape of the human body being like an insect body, right? We need to think about that idea. But you know what we also need to think about? Hold on. We need to think about, I know that's a lot of creepy stuff. How about we start to think about why this face looks so awkward? Man, this is such an awkward 1, 2, 3. A little sad face, and then closed eyes. Well, when you're sad, you're going to get sleepy, and then you're going to want to go and fall asleep. And that's the kind of thing you want to go and do because you're sad. So since you're sad, you want to go and fall asleep. But, when I have people who ask me about videos and they ask me about what kind of videos, guess what kind of video I wanted to make today? I wanted to make a video to be like, wow, congratulations, you fool. That was so good. Now you, I don't know, man. Man, that was such a good video. Oh, wow, fantastic. But right now, I'm kind of like disappointed in you. I mean, personally, you could step up your videos just a little bit. And you could stop being lazy, because guess what? It's going to add up today. But you know what? Hey, guess what? What about butt face? Well, you got to know about butt face because guess what? 44, right? So if we look back at that butt, maybe there's some cool things that we can look at that from that butt. But, let's just try and say this to you too before we go. Good luck to you. Good luck to you. Good luck to not knowing what's actually going on. But if you start to get to knowing what's on other than what your opinions are in life, that would be great. That'd be greatly appreciated. And then maybe we get to these things that are not smiling eventually, right? And, I know how crazy vaginas are. But don't you want to know about the transgender vaginas also? You know what I'm saying? Don't you want to know about why we have a constant theme of melons being grabbed? But we have this constant theme. Yeah, you got to look at the cape. Now, if you look at the cape, you look down and you're going to look at the melons. But we're trying to look for pregnant boobs. Remember, these are pregnant boobs. But then we're going to go all the way up. I know life's very crazy. So we're going to go up from the pregnant boobs, okay? The actual boobs that are pregnant. We're still going to find a little bit of a ray thing right there, okay? Oh, man, that face looks so familiar. Man, that looks like some Mario stuff, man, like a block. I don't know. Looks like a pretty crazy thing. So we're going back to the ray. But, let's just say about this. So I think it's about time to, just get away from all that. Because that's a bunch of crazy stuff. Oh, what about that one Pokemon? What was that Pokemon? Oh my gosh, that was such a cool looking Pokemon. And then, people just had the debate about that Pokemon. Geez, I mean, me scaring people is pretty scary as it is. Maybe I should scare them again. Well, that Pokemon does, it has a pretty crazy face. What a crazy face for a penguin Pokemon, right? But, how about we just go down? Because that's what I love to do. I love to go down. I don't know why. I just like to go and do it. So maybe the reason I like to going down is hopefully I give you this face. That way you can get the face, right? And we're going to give you a face that you need, right? Because that's the face you need. You need to see that there's some crazy things that are going on in the video game world. But, okay, hey, how about this face? How about, this one's detailed. I hate this detailed stuff. I love doing stuff for you people, but let's go to the ray legs. Let's see if we can work it because this is a pretty evil face. And, This face is pretty wicked. 1, 3. Oh, we'll go back to it.